In this video, I'm going to describe the issues we had with the router start switch that came with the CNC router, CNC machine, and what our solution was to fix that. I wanted to be able to run our router and the dust collection off the same switch, but this is 10 amp. The unloaded current of the router is 3 amp. The unloaded current of the shop vac is 11 amp. That's way close to being hairy edge. So in the interim, this one failed. Okay, great, they're going to send me a new one. So I decided to open it up and see what it was all about, and what I found in there was an electronic switching relay, 10 amp, and the trigger voltage is 3 to 32 volts DC. The load voltage is 24 to 380 volts AC, kind of a standard thing. I had a 24 volt switching relay in my shop, little tiny one, and I tried it and it worked, but it generated so much heat it actually softened the back of this box. I'll show you that when we do the close-ups. When I got the new one, I opened that up and said, oh, let's open it up and see what this one has. Well, it's got a 50 amp switching relay in here. I said, well, okay, who's designing these things? Who's building these things? They're buying off the shelf parts. Let's put all that aside. What I built was this. I got a project box and some parts from Amazon and put this thing together. Got some plugs and wiring from Home Depot. Let's come in a little closer and I'll show you what I got. So to recap, this is the one where I put in the switching relay I had in-house. And it's small, it has very similar setup. It's got the 3 to 32 volt DC and the load side's up to 380 volts AC, but it got hot and you can see it softened up the back of this case. So I put that aside. What I did was I bought a project box, which you used to be able to get on a Radio Shack but you can't get them anymore because Radio Shack doesn't exist. And I went to Amazon and I ordered a heatsink compound, and a switching relay, which is virtually identical to the other switching relays, but this is 25 amp. Simply, the switching voltage comes into this side. You interrupt the hot side of to the plug to the load side, and the neutral and the ground go directly to the plug. And that's basically it. I might redesign it, make it a little more compact at some point, but that's my solution. Router, dust collector, trigger voltage, and it works great. I've done a bunch of cuts with this, and it works every single time without fail, and it really doesn't get warm at all. So that's it. That's my solution to 10 amp. And believe it or not, just to prove it, 50 amp. So that's it. Until next time, make good things out of wood.